Good morning, Flosstube. It's Julie, the Gulf Coast Stitcher, back for my second video. I'm attempting to film this outside today. I now realize as I'm filming how incredibly loud it is out here, but hopefully you guys won't mind it too much. As I've told you in my last video, I live in a really old house with really poor lighting, so I thought I would try to shoot this outside. I don't have any indoor pets as many of you guys do. I wish I did. I do have a weenie dog and a rat terrier who live with my mom. They kind of take care of each other, I guess you could say there. But here at my house, I just have my outdoor animals. So I have lots of birds. I do live on the water, so we also have lots of pelicans and some larger birds of prey that may go squawking by as I take this video. I don't want to make anybody seasick or motion sick here, but I do want to kind of show you where I'm sitting at. I know it's kind of hard to tell with this. I'm going to lift my computer up and kind of show you guys. So I live on the water. That's the backyard play set. You can see the jet ski down there, and I'm on the back porch, so this is kind of my favorite spot to sit on the back porch. That's our boat. Can't wait till boating season. We get to go back out on the water every weekend. That's something that we love to do as a family and was one of the main reasons that I decided to stop working such crazy hours and go back to school full time. But all that aside, the racket you hear, the squirrels that I feed on my bird feeders, they know that I am their food source, so they get kind of agitated if I'm on the back porch and I haven't taken any corn or anything out there. So if they come to the screen or make a lot of racket, you'll probably see some on this tree right here. That's what that's about. But anyway, wanted to say some thank yous for mentions. Donna Rae with Flannel Jammies Farm was very sweet to mention me in her most recent Flosstube video. Also Priscilla and Chelsea. Even though Chelsea tried to call me Gulf Coast Sampler, Priscilla was quick to catch that. Thank you. I'm sure they would have found me anyway. But I do love that they mentioned me. I fangirled a little bit, as we all do. I'd like to give a few shout outs to, like I mentioned, Donna Rae. I love her Flannel Jammy Farms channel. It's so cute and cozy. I just adore her. Minnie Gray with Minnie's All X's. I love her videos because she has a lot of charts that I don't see every day. I mean, we all love Country Cottage and Little House Needleworks and Pineberry Lane and all those. They're great, but we've all seen them. But Minnie Gray has some things I've never seen before, and I mean, I don't know where she finds them all, but they're pretty awesome. So I hope she keeps loading up videos because I enjoy watching those. The Addicted Sisters. I can't wait for them to have more videos. I'm watching them all the time. Nancy and Laura are hilarious. They've got obviously great sister chemistry with each other. We are stitching sisters too. They just don't know it. I know that sounds kind of creepy, but we're so far apart, but so many things that we have in common. We like the same music. We like the same books. We like the same style of stitching. So you girls, I want to be an honorary addicted sister as well. And then my most recent find was the Joan and Kelly show. So Kelly threw down a challenge for me to do some FFOs in my comments, which was great because I really needed the boost, I guess. So I did a few, and they're not that fancy or that Priscilla-fied, but I love them just the same. I'm going to share those with you guys, and then I'm going to talk floss like I mentioned I would. I'm also going to talk about my most recent read in progress or listen in progress, if you will, and some other good things. So I hope you'll stick around. I'm going to show, let's first start with Ida May. I know everybody was excited and encouraging for me with this, so yay! She made it into a frame. Let me tell you, this was my first finish, and it was the most stressful situation because this frame is not an oval. It's a weird, I mean, you can kind of tell that it's got some weird shapes. So I had the challenge of cutting the sticky board out in that weird shape and then trying to mount the piece to it, and it was my first experience with this, so I was pretty stressed by this time this was over, but luckily my daughter was home. She stepped up to the plate and helped me out a little bit. She helped me with some of the finishes after this one. So, like I said, she's not perfect, but she's hung on the wall at least, right? So there's that. This is only half of this finish. My wonderful fiance mounted all of the stuff onto the wall for me after I finished it. He was great about that, but he does things like 100%, and he permanently mounted the frame that this sheet metal sticks onto so that I could switch it out every month, but I couldn't get it down to bring it out here to show you guys. So I'm going to post pictures of that on my Instagram, which again, if you follow me on Instagram, it's Gulf Coast Jewels. No, Gulf Jewels on Instagram. I'm sorry. I'm scatterbrained. But anyway, so this was super cute. I like it. It's great. It was easy. It's just the sticky board, the Priscilla method, I guess you could call it. And then this does click onto a permanent frame. So I have that. My daughter, as I said, she helped. She did these all by herself. She came up with all the trimmings and the finishings. So cute. Christmas ornament. This was the freebie that's listed on the Prairie Schooler website. So she just put some trim around it, a little jute cord bow, and some green felt. So this will go on the tree this year. It'll be the first cross stitch tree ornament. And then my 2017 Prairie Schooler Santa. I did also buy a little jingle bell that I'm going to stick right here, but I haven't done that yet. So she did this one as well, and then she red felted the back and put the hanger on it. Thought that was cute. And then this is my other finish that I did. So this came, this frame is actually from the dollar spot at Target. It was $3, but then it was marked down for the after Christmas sale. It was actually a Christmas greeting card display, and it had some twine on it, which I cut off, and then I turned it horizontally, put a hanger on it. So this is my Pumpkin Spice Farm. So if you purchase this frame originally, it comes this way, and it has a bunch of twine across it, and you stick a card on it, but I just mounted Pumpkin Spice Farm and made a burlap bow and stuck it on there, and then my daughter had the idea to put the hanger on, because the hanger is actually mounted on this side, because like I said, it's supposed to go this way. So Sarah used the jute to make a hanger. So this displays in our kitchen, and this also is on sheet metal and a magnet, so it can just come right off. To fix that up before I hang it back up. But I thought that was awesome. And then I ran out of sticky board, because let me tell you, cutting that sticky board was pretty tough. I used a rotary cutter. I also tried to use big shears. I have a newfound respect for people who do that, like professional finishers like Vanna. I mean, it was tough. I don't know. I wasn't, by the time it was done, I was glad it was over, and I was hoping to get some stitching done. These two are just mounted on sticky board. They're not fully finished, but I didn't show them last week. So that's it's the most wonderful time of the year. I changed the colors out just a little bit. And I'll fully finish this, like I said, on another day. And this is a Lizzie Kate that instead of buttons, I think I bought the chart off the Stash Unload, so it didn't come with the buttons, so I just stitched a few different little things where the buttons went. So I thought that was super cute. This will be fully finished again, like I said, someday, right? I don't know. That was pretty intense experience, but I'm glad I got some of it done. Audiobook. I'm going to talk about audiobooks just a little bit. I talked last week about the fact that not everyone thinks that they're for them, but they're really good, and I just wish more people would give them a try, especially when you're busy and you're crafty and you're doing other things. I mean, I'd love to stitch. I can't stitch and read at the same time, but I can stitch and listen. So my current audiobook I'm listening to is The Last Ballad by Wiley Cash. I love all things Southern culture, Southern Gothic. This is set in Bessemer City, North Carolina. It starts in 1929 with Ella Mae Wiggins as the main character. She has 4 kids. She's lost 2 children already. They're hungry, they're sick, and she works in a textile mill, which is interesting. She works at American Mills in Bessemer City. She works 6 days a week for $9 a week and has a no good husband who doesn't help her. So if you're interested in kind of historically accurate thing, I feel like this is pretty accurate. She, in search of a better situation for her family, she's kind of roped into joining the AFL, and she becomes a huge part of the labor movement and everything, all the good and the bad things that come with that. So that's pretty interesting. The best part about this book is her granddaughter, who is the second narrator, is writing a letter, penning a letter in hand in 2005 to her nephew, telling her nephew the history of his grandmother, and I guess it would be his great-grandmother, and all that she did, and it's just really relevant for today. I mean, when we talk about wage disparity and employment inequality, it's good, and it's in a very authentic voice. One thing that bugs me about books, and I guess it's because I've lived in the South my whole life, one thing that really bugs me is when there is not an authentic voice from the author. For example, I love the Outlander series, but to me, it's super evident that Diana Gabaldon has spent more time in Scotland and researching Scotland than she did, say, in Georgia, which was another place that book travels to. You can just kind of tell. I mean, for example, one of my favorite books of all time is To Kill a Mockingbird. If you're going to listen to it in audio, listen to it read by Sissy Spacek. It is amazing. And Harper Lee, she got it. She understood the nuances, the antiquities, and all the little ins and outs of the geographic area that she wrote her book in. So that's important to me as a reader. I've noticed the more I read, the more experience I get as a reader, that becomes more and more important. But this book by Wiley Cash, The Last Ballad, is great. It comes from a very authentic voice. It's got moments of sadness, moments of happiness. I really enjoy it. So give it a listen if that's what you're into. I'll discuss other books and other videos, but we're here to talk about cross stitch more than that. I just like to pepper in some of my other hobbies. My current whips, I wouldn't even call them whips really, because I just started. I spent all of Sunday doing the few finishes that I have done because it was a whole undertaking. I don't have a craft room, so I had to drag everything out to the kitchen and take it from there. But I am currently stitching on, since Danny, my fiance, was awesome enough to hang up the permanent frame that I have for this, I better get stitching on the other months so that when they get here quick, and you know they do, I can switch them out. So I'm working on Hello Spring, which is the next one in the series. I'm sure I changed the colors out a little bit on that. I have a really hard time stitching this at night. I can stitch this during the day, no problem. But at night, even with my lights, it's kind of difficult. So that doesn't have a whole lot of progress. And then I'm doing this little guy, Frosty Flakes. He's just cute. I'm gonna get him done and get him on the way. I have recently ordered some more charts. I know, right? Shocker. I am obsessed with the primitive hair. Thanks to the Joan and Kelly show, I've seen some primitive hair and some different things on there, and I just found it awesome. She has a ton of freebies too, so I'm going to be downloading some of those later on today and getting started on that. I did order the Pride and Prejudice. I can't wait to do that. I'm going to listen to that on audio while I'm stitching that all over again. Listen to it on audio all over again. I haven't stitched it yet. So I can't wait. Can't wait till that gets here, and that should be a quick ship. I ordered it from an online retailer who, I'll go ahead and tell you, Amy from Down Sunshine Lane has it in stock, and I'm telling you that she must ship the instant she gets your PayPal message, because it's here in like 2 days. So hopefully I'll have that to at least show the chart to you the cover picture for the next video. Let's see, what else? I said that I was going to talk about floss on this video. So, I digress. Let me go back a little bit. So, back in the summer when I was really acquiring a bunch of haul, I came across someone was having a estate sale. A lady had passed away, and her neighbor was actually helping the lady's son go through some of her things, and she found a ton of stitched cross-stitch. She found some floss, some fabric, some different charts and things, and listed them online. So I drove over to Pensacola, which is about 30 minutes for me, and I took it all. I took all she had. She made me a great deal on the price, and more than anything, I just wanted to rescue it, as we say in this community. So I'm going to show you, before I get into talking about the floss and how that story ties into this, I want to show you some of the rescued pieces that I got from her. I am going to fully finish these and display them proudly in my home because I know how much love and time went into making them. Again, I know you guys can hear the birds and the squirrels acting a racket, and I hope the light doesn't keep, on my computer screen, it keeps kind of fading in and out. I don't know if that's going to display over onto the video or not. If it does, I'll just go inside next time. I just wanted to come outside with you guys just at least once and show you my spot where I like to be outside. Okay, I have quite a few of these, but I'll go through them pretty quickly. I think that you're all going to appreciate them. This one, let me tell you, the stitching on this is very, very good. Hold this up. I know there's light behind me, so I apologize about that, but you know what? The back of this is so neat that it doesn't matter. There's on it hardly any. I'm going to show you the back too. I'm going to show you the back of this because I aspire to have backs that look this neat. Can you believe that that's the back? I mean, I think that looks better than the front of some of my projects. So, just a beauty. I'm going to definitely get this guy framed up or mounted. I'll do something with him, but so pretty. He's done on a 14 count oatmeal. Feels like an oatmeal Ida. I really, really like him. And then this. Oh my gosh. I love this. How sweet is that? The two babies. One's in a diaper. That's so cute. The back of this one. Also super neat. Let's see what else. Oh, this is so delicate. I'm definitely going to finish this and put it in the bathroom. Should have brought something out here to put behind. So the light wasn't behind me so bad. And look at this. Jack be nimble, Jack be quick. This has a few rust spots on it because there was actually a needle stuck in it still when I got it. So cute though. And then Jack and Jill went up the hill. Also has a few little spots on it. This one's funny. This cracks me up. Listen, honey, life's a stitch. I don't know if I'll hang this up, but it was too cute to send away. And how sweet this is. So sweet. Yeah, this one says, I ran up the door, opened the stairs, said my pajamas, and put on my prayers, turned off my bed, tumbled into my light, and all because you kissed me goodnight. I thought that's hilarious. How cute is that? Also, I live by an Air Force base, so if you hear like explosions or big planes going by, that's normal. That happens. I realize now how incredibly loud it is out here and how inconsistent the light is with my really amateur filming setup, so I'll do better next time. And this, I'm going to show this, kind of work my way up. This is stitched on, I don't even know what you would call it. It's like a piece of thin, almost like quilting cotton, and it has lace appliqued onto it. I'm just going to hold it up this way so I don't have anything to hold behind it. So nice. It says, dinner will be ready when you hear the smoke alarm go off. Ah, that's so cute. So that was the the saved pieces that I got, that I kept. There were some that were partially finished and that were so stained and that they were just so discolored I couldn't save them, but I saved what I could. And I told my daughter, you know what, please, when the day comes that I finally pass away, please, please, please make sure that all my stash goes to somebody that would enjoy it and would use it. And if there's pieces that I have finished that you don't think that you'll display or want to keep in your house, send them to somebody who will love them. I mean, that would be important to me. So that kind of, I went the long way to get around to talking about floss. So I'm gonna talk to you a little bit about how I store all my crazy DMC and my massive amounts of stash of that. But I wanted to show you her floss. She had 2 or 3 boxes, smaller boxes of floss that was already bobbinated and labeled. And you can't really tell out here, but the bobbins are kind of off color, and obviously I know that that's not my handwriting, so I know when I get to one that it's hers. Here's mine. Clearly different. At first I kept all her stuff separate from mine, and then I was like, no, I want to put this in the rotation, and I'm actually going to use it. So I've integrated her floss into my floss boxes, and I just want to say, you know, I hope she's resting high on the mountain and looking down and knowing that, you know, the time that she took to bobbinate all of those and to keep them all in such nice order and in good condition, that I'm using them in my projects today. In fact, I'm using this one in the little house. Hers is going to be the little star. So I just think that that's, I don't know. It makes me feel good to continue to use some of the stuff that somebody else put so much time and effort into. So back in the summer when I started massively acquiring floss and things, Joann's had a 33-cent sale, and my awesome fiance gave me a crisp $100 bill and said, go get you some floss. So I did. And I brought it home, and we sat on the floor, and we poured it out, and we started bobbinating. And then I was like, heck no, we're not doing this. This is too much time. I'd rather be stitching. So I want to share with you a little bit about my methods of how I kind of deal with that. So what I did was just got sandwich bags. I know this is ridiculous, right? Sandwich bags. And then I put the floss in by their 100 series. So this bag is a bag of 700s. So when I get to a chart and it calls for a 700, I'll first check my floss box and see if it's already been bobbinated and if in numerical order. If it's not there, I go to the Ziploc bag, the sandwich bag. And if it's there, I pull it out, I bobbinate it at that point, do my chart, then after I'm done, then that bobbinated floss will get filed into my floss box. So eventually, hopefully I'll touch almost all of these and get them all into floss boxes. But initially, it just wasn't worth my time to sit there and bobbinate them all. That's for DMC, Sullivan's, or Anchor. Now, with that being said, I have almost exclusively moved to Victorian motto sampler shop threads. I want to share this with you guys. I brought some out here. And I know this outdoor lighting and it's kind of fading in and out on me. I know that this is not going, that these colors are not going to show you how beautiful they are. Gosh, I don't even know where to start with these. I made notes, but I get so excited about it. So first of all, Nancy Turner owns Victorian Motto Sampler Shop. She has an eBay store, and also you can find her on Blogspot. I will try to link the blog. I'm new at all this, so I'm going to try to put that down there. She has the most beautiful floss. I did take a few notes in the facts about the price of it. So on her website, or on her blog, and this is the most recent, this was this morning. Now, if this price changes for whatever reason between the time that you watch this video and you make an order from her, if you choose to do so, I'm sorry about that. But as of today, her Floss of the Month Club includes 12 skeins for $12.25 plus postage. No, I take that back. I mixed that up. 12 skeins is $26.95 plus postage, and 6 skeins is $12.25 plus postage. I do the 12 skein membership. Now, within that membership, she has limited editions, which are going to be the Bright and Vibrants, which are what I tend to stitch with. And then she also has primitives for more your samplers, your more muted colors. The cool thing is that you can just shoot her an email. She's super responsive, and you can say, you know, this month I want to do primitives, next month I'll do limiteds or whatever. Or you can do like I did, fall in love with them, and then message her and say, send me a price on how much it would cost to get a bunch of these, which is what I did. I think I purchased 100, maybe more, I don't know. I purchased over 100 skeins, and I wish I would have kept them in the boxes that they come in. I mean, I know other floss tubers have showed you, and I will show you next month before I rip into them. They are packaged so beautifully in gift boxes with gold ribbons, and so nice. But the other things I love about her flosses are how nicely they're presented and how nicely they're carded. I'm going to show you a few. I bought, I think the Sleepy Hollow was one of her boxes, which is all Halloween-y colors. This is Katrina Von Tassel. I'm going to hold it. I know you guys aren't going to be able to see how beautiful this is. And the amazing thing is, if there's a DMC conversion, Nancy puts it on the card for you. How awesome is that? I'm going to show you a few more, and then we'll talk about the conversions. Look at this one. Gorgeous. Fiery Eyes, which is a 350 conversion. Lots of variegated. She usually sends, I'd say 2 or 3 out of my 12 are heavily variegated, which, oh my goodness, I cannot wait to use all of these. So obviously there's no conversion. This is Deep Dark Purple. There's no conversion for a DMC. This one was from a primitive collection. This was Bonnet. It's the same as $7.99 or close to it. I hope you can see that. If I ever upgrade my phone, which I totally need to, then I will be filming much better videos with more stuff, more editing tricks, I guess. I don't know. I'm just doing this on my computer outside. And as I've mentioned, I think she's super generous. Bear in mind, I ordered a ton of floss from her, but she always throws in 1 or 2. These were free, and these are like kind of Christmassy colors, so I know I'll be using these. It's a variegated green and a pretty red that's similar. This red looks similar to Barn Door, so I may use this red on Chalk for the Farm. So those are just a few I brought down. So how do I store those? Same thing. These, because they don't all have numbers or names and they're all in different families, I throw all the purples or everything that looks purpley in a gallon-sized Ziploc bag, and everything that looks blue and together in a gallon-sized Ziploc bag. And then I get my chart. I check. I look at the DMC color card to see what color things are supposed to be. First thing I do, the very first thing I do is see, do I have Victorian Motto Sampler Shop threads to sub out for DMC? If I do, I go ahead and do that. Now, I do not bombinate these. They are just too nice to bombinate, I guess. So as I use them, as I take them off the card for the first time, I put them in floss away bags. Then I toss those floss away bags back into the giant gallon size bag so I know what family they're in. I know I mentioned that you can do the 12 skein Floss of the Month Club for $26.95 plus postage. Here's the kicker with that. Let's look. I know you guys can't tell how big these are, but so these are 20-yard skeins. They're not 5 yards like everything else. So when you think about the cost of this, I did the math. If DMC is not on sale and you're paying the 59 cents or 60 cents that it costs if it's not on sale, DMC costs you 12 cents a yard on average, is what I figured out. So these Victorian Motto Sampler Shop threads, they cost you 15 cents a yard. So 3 cents a yard more, people. 3 cents. 3 cents a yard more, and you can have the most beautiful floss that I have ever used. Now, I have not used silks, so if you're, I don't need the silk police. If you're somebody who loves silks and thinks that they're the best thing that they may be. I haven't tried them. These are cotton floss, but I can tell you, as cotton floss goes, it doesn't get any better. If you do go to her shop and make a purchase, please do me a favor and just let her know that I sent you there. I'm not monetized. I don't have enough subscribers or anything to have ads or anything like that on my YouTube. But I honestly just like for people to know that I put my money where my mouth is. I always tell shop owners when I deal with them, and I always tell, like Nancy, who owns this Victorian motto sampler shop, I let them know if I think their product is great. I let them know, and I promise them that I'm going to tell everybody that I can, and this is my forum to do that. So if you place an order, just mention it in the little comment section, Julie Evans or Gulf Coast Stitcher recommended your floss, and I'm going to give it a try. I just think that's just how we do things down here. If I send you somewhere, let them know that I did. Like I said, I'm not looking to get anything for it other than I just want them to know that I mean what I say. Down here in the South, people always say, "Oh, I'll pray for you." Well, I've always thought about when people say, "I'll pray for you," don't tell me you're going to pray for me if you're not going to do it. Lord knows I need the prayer. So if you tell me, "Well, I'm going to say a prayer for you," I hope you really do. So if you're a shop owner and I say I'm going to send some people your way, I really am. Same thing with Pat Carson. I have sent out a few of her needles as gifts this past week. If you received those from me and you like them and you want to order her needles, message her on Facebook and let her know. I mean, as she gets older and nears closer and closer to retirement, I'm sure it would just make her feel great to know that we are on the other end appreciating the work that she does, and hope that she continues to get those needles for us, because they're a blessing. They are great. What else do I have to show you? So now I've done my spiel about Victorian motto and hope everybody orders that. She does have a Fabric of the Month Club too. She was so gracious when I ordered my big floss haul. She sent me a fat eighth as a gift, just free, and of course I loved it, but I'm going to save that till my next video, or maybe the one after, when I'm going to do some discussing about fabric. Let's see, what else did I bring in my box down here? Oh, I didn't show you this earlier. This is embarrassing. This shouldn't even count as a start really, but this is a start to my little house. I will tell you that I usually have been stitching on 28 count or 32 count, and I went back on this particular project to Ada, and this is Picture This Plus 14 count, and the color, it's escaping me. I can't remember. It's dark. I love it. It's on the, I've got the tag on the larger piece I cut it off of, but it's just so pretty. I love it. It's dark. It's mottled. It's going to look good on the tree. So I just cut a small piece, and I normally do not use hoops. I normally use my Q-snap. I attempted to stitch this in hand in the sew method. I just don't have the right tension for that. So my Q-snap was loaded up with my chalk for the home. Didn't feel like switching it out. And this is so light, it's so small, that I just held it in hand, or held the hoop in hand and used it that way. What else did I have to mention today? I guess that's about it. I know I say a lot, and I know the light's crazy, and I just appreciate you guys being with me and showing back up. I am going to follow Donna Rae's suggestion and kind of follow her lead on a giveaway. I will have a giveaway. It's getting windy. This is why I filmed inside last time, right? I will have a giveaway on my next video. I'm not sure what it'll be. I'm thinking I'll probably just be like a little gift package, maybe some Victorian motto sampler thread, maybe a Pat Carson needle, maybe a chart, maybe all of those things. I don't know. It'll depend on, I guess, how this video is received and how many of you subscribe. I will put it up next week, or on the next video, so please subscribe between now and then. I will do the giveaway, and then the following video will let my daughter Sarah. She keeps on. She's excited to do a cameo, so I'll let her select the winner with random selection. But don't mention that in the comments, as we know there's trolls out there looking for free stuff to turn around and flip. that's it for today, I guess, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you for being patient with my novice skills on filming videos. I'll leave you with one last picture of my backyard. I wish you guys could all come sit out here. See, the light is awful. You can't even see. Oh, there it goes a little bit. I wish you guys could come sit out back here with me. I have some empty chairs here that I just wish you guys could all come sit and stitch outside with me. But until next time, keep stitching. Thank you in advance for all of your comments below. Please feel free to leave questions. I've tried to respond to everybody, but no hate mail. We've got enough of that out there. We don't need it here in the Flosstube community. Also, please follow me on Instagram, where I am Gulf Jules. I will put a picture of my fully finished chalkboard frame on my Instagram page, since I couldn't get it off the wall. But anyway, you guys have a great week. I'll see you soon, and have a good one.